Hello and welcome to the ultimate quick hints and tips guide to the Nexus 7 2013 edition. In this video you'll find 50 tips. These are all listed in the description of the video. If you want to learn a lot more about any of these tips, check out my 1-hour Nexus 7 guide that goes through many of these tips in a lot more detail. Anyway, let the tips commence. To place an application on a home screen, go to the application drawer using the middle button in your dock. Then long press on the application until the background switches to your home screen. Drag the icon to the position you want and let go. To remove an application from a home screen, long press on an icon to pick it up and drag it to the top of the screen marked Remove. To uninstall an application completely from your device, go to the application drawer, long press to pick up the application and then drag it to the top left of the screen marked Uninstall. This will prompt you with the option to confirm or cancel the action. To create a folder of icons on your home screen, long press on an icon to pick it up and then drag it over another icon. If you let go, this will automatically create a folder. You can then drag more icons into this folder in the same fashion. If you open a folder and tap on a name, you can also rename it. To change the appearance of a folder, open the folder and then rearrange the icons. The first three will be used as stacked images when your folder is closed. To remove a folder, drag it to the top of the screen as previously shown, or pick up each individual icon and drag it outside of a folder. If you continue to do this, your folder will automatically disassemble itself. To show the Task Manager, press the right icon at the very bottom of your screen. This will display a history of applications you have used in chronological order. You can remove individual applications from this list by swiping them to the left or right of the screen. If you tap on an application, you'll be taken directly to that application. And finally, if you long press on an application, you can either remove it from the list or look at the application information. From the top of the screen, you can swipe down from the left-hand side to display your notifications. If you swipe down from the right side of the screen, a series of quick setting options will be displayed. Two of these settings have a double function. If you tap on either the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth buttons, you will be taken to their respective settings screens. However, if you long press on either of them, they will either toggle on or off depending on their current setting. To take a screenshot of your tablet, you need to long press on the power button and the volume down button at the same time for about a second. The screen will then animate and make a noise to indicate a screenshot has been taken. When a screenshot is taken, a notification will appear in your notification tray. You can view a small snapshot of this picture by using a pinch gesture to expand or shrink the notification. Other applications also use this feature, such as this battery widget that gives you a snapshot of your usage and estimated time remaining. You can remove individual notifications by swiping them off the list, or remove all your notifications by tapping the stack icon in the top right of a notification tray. To change individual sound settings on your tablet, go to Settings and then choose Sound. The top option is Volumes, and if you press this, you will be presented with 3 different volume levels for General Sound, Notification Sound and Alarm Sound levels. To turn sound on or off when you type on the on-screen keyboard, go to Settings, scroll down the screen and then choose Language and Input. On this screen, you will need to press the settings icon next to the Google keyboard option. On this screen, there is a sound on keyboard press checkbox. Turn it on or off to suit your preferences. To make a large jellybean appear on screen, go to Settings, scroll down to the bottom of the list and then press on About Tablet. Now tap on the Android version number several times and a large jellybean will appear. To make this jellybean transform into many tiny ones, long press on it. You can then fling the jellybeans around the screen. To enable developer options on your tablet, go to Settings and again choose the About Tablet option. This time you will want to tap on Build Number several times. You will start to see a countdown, and when you press build number enough times, the developer mode will be unlocked. To access it, go back to the main settings screen, and developer options will now appear above About Tablet. You can't uninstall system applications, but you can disable them. To do this, go to Settings and then choose Apps. Swipe right to left twice to reach the All column. This will list every application installed on your tablet, including these system applications. If you press on a system application, you will have the option to disable it. Do proceed with caution, however, as disabling system applications might cause the tablet to be unstable. From the same list, you can also disable notifications you receive from applications. To do this, select the application from the list that you wish to disable notifications for and uncheck the Show Notifications option. Bear in mind, however, that you might be able to do this from options within the application itself. If you make several changes like this to your applications, there is a master reset switch, and this can be found by pressing the settings button in the top right of the applications list screen. To enable on-screen zooming on your tablet, go to Settings and choose the Accessibility option. On this screen, choose Magnification Gestures and toggle the On button in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, if you triple tap and hold your finger on the screen, you will zoom in. You can move your finger around to scroll on the screen. For more control, triple tap on the screen to enable the zoom mode and then use two finger gestures to move and zoom in or out of the screen. Triple tap again to turn off zoom. To copy and paste text from one application to another, long press on a piece of text to bring up two tabs that will highlight selected text. You can drag the two sliders to select the text you want. Then press the copy button. Note that it might be in different places depending on which application you are using. Next, go to the application you want to paste the text to, long press, and then press the paste button. Again, this may vary depending on which application you are using. To install applications that are not downloaded from the Google Play Store, go to Settings and then choose Security. Check the option marked Unknown Sources. This will allow your tablet to open and install APK files, but you do this at your own risk. To install and enable Flash on your Nexus 7, do a Google search for archived Flash Player or use the link in the description to get to Adobe's Flash Player download page. Scroll down to the Android Flash Players and download the most up-to-date version. Once the download has finished, swipe down from the top of the screen and press on the downloaded file to install it. Note that to install Flash in this fashion, you will need to have Unknown Sources ticked in your security settings as previously illustrated. Next, download an internet browser that supports Flash, such as Boat Browser, although there are many available. Once you have the browser installed, go to the settings and look for an option called Page Content Settings. Within that, there should be an option to enable Flash plugins or similar. Turn that on and Flash should now work within that browser. To install an application from a PC onto your tablet, go to the Google Play website and log into your Google account. Locate an application you want and click on Install. You will then be given the option to push the application to Android devices you own. Select the appropriate device and within seconds the application should automatically download and install itself onto the tablet. To connect a Bluetooth device to the Nexus 7, ensure that the Bluetooth device is available for scan. Then on your Nexus 7, swipe down on the right portion of the screen and choose Bluetooth. Turn Bluetooth on and then press Scan for Devices. Your Bluetooth device should be detected. Press on it and it will pair the device with the Nexus 7. On some occasions you may need to type in a passkey, which is usually 0000, and do bear in mind that not all Bluetooth devices will work on your tablet, so it's best to test them and see what happens. To connect a USB device to your Nexus 7, you need a USB on the go or OTG cable. This cable has a micro USB port to plug into the Nexus and a regular USB port on the other end. These cables are readily available from Amazon for a couple of pounds or dollars. Again, do bear in mind that not all devices will work, so it's a case of trial and error. To plug the Nexus 7 into a computer, use the USB cable that came with the tablet. When you connect the tablet to a computer, a notification will appear in the top left-hand corner of the screen. If you press this option, you can choose to define the tablet as a camera, so you only get access to pictures, or as a hard drive so you can delete and transfer files. You can transfer files like any other hard drive by simply dragging and dropping files from one location to another. In order to view and access these files on the Nexus 7, it is recommended that you download a file browser such as ES File Explorer, which is free from the Google Play Market. This will allow you to view the folder and file structure of the Nexus 7 and play files you have transferred from your PC. To change the Homescreen launcher, go to Settings and then choose Apps. You will need to locate the current application that is your launcher. The original application is called Launcher, but if you've downloaded a new one, you may need to locate that application. In this example, Nova Launcher is set as my default, so if I go to the application info, I can choose to clear defaults. This means that when I next press the home button to return to the home screen, I will be prompted with which launcher to use. You can either select to use that launcher once or always. Once always is selected, you will need to clear the default again as demonstrated. Note that this technique can be used for all sorts of defaults such as watching media, listening to music, reading books and working on documents. When looking at pictures through the gallery application, you can change the style by pressing the name of the album in the top left hand corner and choosing film strip or grid view. To quickly delete any of these pictures, simply fling the picture to the edge of the screen. You can quickly undo this deletion if you need to at the bottom of the screen. To check for system updates for the tablet, go to the settings screen and scroll to the bottom option marked About Tablet. The top option here is System Update. Press on that and the following screen will tell you whether the tablet is up to date or not. It automatically does this check on a regular basis, but you can manually check by pressing the Check Now button. To get a refund from an application you have purchased from the Google Play Store, you can press the Refund button. Note that this is not available on all applications and you have around 15 minutes to do this after purchase. To turn off Wi-Fi when you put the tablet to sleep and save a little bit of power, go to Settings and choose Wi-Fi. On this screen there are three dots at the top right hand corner of the screen. Press that and then choose Advanced. On this screen there is an option called Keep Wi-Fi on during sleep. If you press this you have three options. Note that if you turn this function off, your tablet will only receive notifications when you bring the tablet out of sleep and it reconnects to the Wi-Fi. To put a widget on your home screen, go to the application drawer and then choose Widgets in the top left hand corner of the screen. Scroll to the widget you want to add and then long press on it so that you switch back to your home screen. As you can see, if I drag the widget around the screen, other icons will shuffle around to make the widget fit. Once you place the widget in position, you might be asked to set it up. Once that's completed, you can, if you wish, long press on the widget to pick it up and move it. Note that some widgets can be resized. If a border appears around the widget, you can pull the sides of it to make it larger and smaller. If you download any files, they will appear in your notification tray. Once they have disappeared from the tray, you can find them again by going to the application drawer and pressing on Downloads. To put a message on your lock screen, go to Settings and then press on Security. Next, press Owner Info. Tick the Show Owner Info on Lock Screen checkbox and then type in your message. When you next press the power button to show the lock screen, you will see your message right in the middle of the screen. To prevent icons automatically being created when you install a new application, go to the Google Play Store and press the three dots in the top right hand corner of the screen and press Settings. The option to toggle off here is Auto Add Widgets. Also note that your home screen launcher may override this function. To turn off individual components of account synchronization, go to Settings and then select an account such as your Google account. Then select a particular user. This screen will list all the features that Google will sync with your device. It's defaulted to automatically sync everything, so you can uncheck individual areas here. To completely disable all auto syncing on your device, go to Settings and select Data Usage. Press the three dots in the top right hand corner to bring up the options. One of these options is to uncheck auto sync data. To turn off the Nexus 7 notification light, go to settings and then select display, and finally uncheck pulse notification light. To add a lock screen widget, bring up the lock screen and then swipe the current widget from left to right. Press the plus box and then add the widget you wish to use. Lock screen widgets are always displayed by swiping left to right to cycle through them. To remove a lock screen widget, long press on it to pick it up and then drag it to the top of the screen where the remove cross is and let go. To uninstall system application updates, go to settings and then choose apps. Swipe from right to left twice and then scroll down the list to find a system application. In this example, I have chosen Google Chrome, and if I press on this app, I have the option to uninstall the updates to this application to revert it back to its original state. To prevent downloaded applications from automatically updating, go to the Google Play Store and press the down arrow icon in the upper right of the screen. Select an application you have downloaded and then press on the three dots in the top right hand corner. You can uncheck the auto update option to prevent further automatic updates. And finally, to do a cold boot of your Nexus 7, when the device is switched off, press the power button and the volume down button at the same time to reach this screen. This will enable you to enter bootloader, recovery mode, or start the tablet as normal. Use the volume buttons to select the different options and the power button to select. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you found this guide useful. Don't forget, if you want a more detailed guide of these tips, check out the full hour-long video. And if you think this guide might be useful to someone else, please share it with them.